Good morning. It's Monday, it's week 2, and I forgot to bring home all of the work that I needed to grade. So I have all these notebooks that I have to grade, and there's like this huge stack of papers that I need to grade right over here. And gotta do all that. And I was planning on getting here early so I could like get started on it, and I got here late because I was so tired I couldn't wake up. But today is going to be a very long work day. I'm hoping that I'm actually able to take advantage of my prep day today, my prep time today, and like get some work done, because usually I'm asked to do like random things. Like I was asked to make the back to school night flyer last time and had to set up for the assembly the other time, and there's like a lot of things that I have to do for my ASB leadership class during my prep time, so I don't really get a chance to grade or do anything on my own. So I'm hoping that I get my prep period today to work on stuff, because I have a lot of grading that I need to do. It's week 2 and I only have one thing entered in the grade book. So something that I do want to show you is some of the stuff that I got this weekend. It was like a really busy weekend, and I really don't have busy weekends like ever, but this weekend was. So even if I did bring the stuff, I probably wouldn't have had time to grade it. But I got these packs of cardstock. So I get these at Michael's. They're usually like $3 or 3 for $10, I think. So I got 3 of them. I really only needed the purple, and they came with all these colors, but they didn't sell purple by itself, so I had to buy all of them. But I'm going to take this, and I had my other cardstock, now it's lost. What the heck happened to it? So I have my other cardstock somewhere. I have packs of it, and I don't know, obviously I need to find it, but that cardstock and this cardstock is going to be like rainbow, so I'm going to have all the colors for the rainbow, and then from there I'm going to make things that hang from the ceiling, and it's going to look amazing. Oh, there's my cardstock. I left it on the paper cutter because I need to cut it. So I've got those, and I've got these. So it's the same brand and everything, same paper, just different colors. Again, these are 3 for $10. So I got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and the other one had purple and other colors, but I only need purple. So I'm going to be working on this today, and then I'm going to probably have my TAs help me put them together, because I had 2 TAs for the same period. So I'm like, hey, perfect, I can have you work. So we'll have to see. Anyways, today we have to go over our assembly. So we had an assembly on Friday, and it could have gone a lot better. It was my first time like doing an event, kind of, only I didn't do it. I didn't know that I was supposed to do it or like do much, so I thought we were supposed to send a kid. So we had a student who like volunteered to speak in front of the school, and she panicked. She had a panic attack, anxiety attack, and I would never put a kid in that position where like they are forced to be in front of the school talking, but she volunteered and she was like super pumped about it. But I guess she didn't know that she is prone to anxiety attacks when there's lots of people like looking at her, I guess. But we have to talk about like pumping each other up and protecting each other. So what could we have done better? So knowing that she was panicking, what could we have done in that moment? Like maybe we all could have just rushed to stage and gave her hugs, and it's like, hey, that's Sylvia, isn't she great? You know, like pump her up. But we also need to talk about things that, aside from that, were a struggle and that we could work on for the next assembly, things that could have gone better, things that didn't go so well. But today we're gonna be playing a game where there's gonna be tape on the floor, and you have to like come to the line whenever I say that you've done that thing, or that's like a reality in your life. Like come to the line if you've lost a parent, or come to the line if you I don't know, random things. So they're gonna start off really like fun and shallow, and then they're gonna get a little bit deeper. I'm not gonna ask really deep questions because I'm a mandated reporter and I don't want to put myself in that position, and I don't want to put the kids in that position. So mandated reporter just means like if you feel like someone is in danger or like is like depressed or something, you have to like report it. And that's not a good question to ask, like raise your hand or come to the line if like, I don't know, whatever, you know, like I'm not gonna ask those questions, but they're gonna be like, come to the line if you have ever gotten suspended, come to the line if you've gotten in a fight with your best friend and you wish you were still best friends, things like that. So it's just a way for kids to relate to each other, because in our leadership class we have a lot of kids that just are from so many different like cliques, and we just need to bring all of them together because our leadership represents everyone outside. So if they can get along in here, they can work together to help every single group of kids out here. So if that makes any sense at all. But I am super excited for that. But I'm really like behind. I wish I got here earlier so I could like grade notebooks and get those in, because we're working on them today. And sad thing, like some of them went missing. So when they first left them in, like the first day we worked on notebooks, there were probably like 5 kids who left them in the bins, and that's when we built the dresser thing, and some of them went missing, and I feel really bad because like they did all that work. So I'm just gonna excuse them from the work and then give them a new notebook, and then I don't know, see where it goes from there. But I really love that like dresser and all those like cubbies there for their things. It's so cool. And yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to do today. I just know that for my classroom I have to get those things done that are like hanging from the ceiling. So they're not going to get done today, but at least get them started. At least know what I want it to look like, you know? So my hair's a mess. Anyways, yeah, so bell's gonna ring in about 10-15 minutes, so I'm going to get set up for the day, put on my projector and my slideshow and everything, and I'll catch up with you during my prep. Okay, so something I want to show you is what I did for the second day of school. So the first day I did our Pumas assignment. I will link that video for you right up here. Check that out. But for the second day of school, I had them do like a kind of like, okay, so a lot of teachers do the About Me worksheets, and I know that a lot of teachers use the same worksheet, and it is kind of frustrating. Like, I'm sure that there's a lot of teachers around the whole United States, maybe even the world, who use this worksheet that is on Pinterest. It's like, who am I? And there's like all these geometric shapes, and you have to fill in the shape with like your age, your grade, your favorite color, stuff like that. So many people use that, and I used it last year, and I found out that our art teacher uses it, so chances are our kids would have had it like at the same time. So I don't do that one anymore because it's just so overdone. So instead I kind of made my own. Not really. I found one on Pinterest where it's like sandals, and let me show you right now. So there's this picture that I found on Pinterest. It's where have me and my shoes been this summer, so bad grammar, but they draw their shoes and they draw in like what they did, and they write what they did, and they fill the whole page with color. So I kind of did something similar. I got a pair of Vans shoes, and kids had to draw in the Vans. So they had like a template for them. They had to fill the whole page with color, which this one did. It was awesome. And then if they didn't want to use the Vans template, they could have went on the back and drew their own. I did have one kid who didn't want to use the Vans template at all and didn't want to even use shoes. So I love getting artists. Like, when you get an artist in your class, it makes all your worksheets so much more fun. So this kid didn't want to use the Vans worksheet. Instead, he just used like a blank piece of paper and drew himself like during summer. So this is his picture. It is so awesome. And then he listed everything out on the side. So he drew this by hand. Like, this is one of our artists. So I have this kid, I put him in leadership because he's such a good artist, and he's gonna be helping us make our posters, and they're gonna be so good. But anyways, this is what I did for the second day. I also like introduced them to myself. Usually I have a slideshow where I tell them where I graduated, what I majored in, and I like to keep it real. So I tell them that at the beginning I was training to be a teacher and I wanted to quit because it was so hard, and I didn't like it. Like, I was miserable. Like, there was another teacher at my school where I was student teaching, and we would just leave during lunch and just go cry in our car. Like, it was bad. So I wanted to quit, and I told them, like, you know, I hated it. I did it for like not even a year, and I was already like so over it. It was just so hard. So I applied for other jobs, and I couldn't get a job anywhere. Like, I applied to like 600 jobs minimum. I got one call back as a telemarketer, and I didn't even get the job because I didn't have enough experience. So I'm real with them. Like, I tell them like the real life situation, because some of them aren't going to be prepared for that. You know, you apply for 600 jobs and you can't even be a telemarketer. So I'm very real with them. Tell them about myself, and then how I ended up falling in love with teaching, because every single year that I have taught, I've had a hard year. And granted, it's only my third year right now, but it's like where you teach that makes the difference. Not just who you teach, but where you teach. What school do you teach at? How are the staff? How is your admin? How are the students? Like, it's just so, like I had no idea. Like, I thought all schools were horrible because my last 2 schools were horrible, but getting at this school completely changed. Like, it changed my whole view of what it's supposed to be like as a teacher. You're supposed to be supported. You're supposed to have staff and admin like look out for you and support you and not get mad at you because you disagree with them with something and get mad at you because you make a mistake. Like, we all make mistakes. But anyways, worst few years, came to this school, and now I know what it's like. Okay, I want to be a teacher. Like, this is what I want to do. So I tell them that, and I just tell them all these different things about me. I bring in a lot of, so I'm kind of an entrepreneur. I have like some side jobs that I work on, some side hustles, and I tell them about that. Not my YouTube, because I don't know, I'm a little weird about that. But I tell them about my side hustles. So I work in wholesale. I do like all these different things on the side, and I'm getting into real estate. So I bought a house, I'm renting it out right now, and I'm already making money off of it. So I'm telling them these things, and like, I teach them these things because, yeah, this is English, but we are on Common Core, which means they just have to know skills. So you don't have to teach them an article that is super boring. Let's teach them something about like how to make money. Let's show them an article about entrepreneurism and being a real estate mogul and all this stuff. So I do that. But yeah, I talk to them about me, I let them know me and what I did over summer, and then they are supposed to tell me about their summer, what they did, and draw it and write it out. So list it out, draw it. It's so cool. But for the most part, everyone else did the Vans worksheets, so I got most of these. A lot of kids didn't finish. They had 2 days, but it is what it is. I'm not going to give them more time, because if you have 2 days to make, like 2 days to draw this, come on. But that's just my situation. I'm at a continuation school, so it's pretty normal. But I suggest using this. I don't have the rights to it, so I can't put it on Teachers Pay Teachers. I just found the template of the shoes. Let me see if I can get a blank one. I'll get one over here. So I just found the template of the shoes online. I copied the picture and I blew it up and put it on my own like worksheet. So this is what it looks like. If you just look up Vans shoes template, the canvas ones, then you can find it and then just paste it on your worksheet. And then at the top, I just tell them like the directions, and then I have the rubric on the slideshow. So it's worth 25 points, and you get graded for effort, pictures, descriptions, and use of color. So yeah, that's it. But anyways, that's what I do on day 2. It usually fills up the whole period, and it gets kids like already like into being creative, which I love. I don't like the things where you just fill out your favorite color, because realistically, does the teacher care about your favorite color? What are they gonna do with that to help you? You know, not so much. But if you are being artistic, it's gonna be a lot more fun than you just writing, hey, my favorite color is purple. Plus, it gets them introduced to the idea that if they put in a lot of effort, they're gonna get extra credit because they get to go on the wall. Like this kid. This kid's work is going on the wall and he's getting extra credit. So that's like our first introduction of how to get extra credit, is show me that your effort is worth the extra credit. I don't give extra credit on everything, just a few of the artsy things, so that I can put them up in class and display how awesome their work is. And yeah, it gets me like introduced to what they do over the summer, so I can see what they do on their free time, and I use that myself because we can bring those things into the classroom. So like, kid plays soccer, well, let's bring a soccer ball into the classroom, or let's go outside and do vocabulary review with soccer, and if you make the goal, then you get the point. You have to actually get the question right and make the goal to get the point. So it's like, I do a lot of those fun things. I bring them into the classroom. So this kid right here, he loves his phone, and he's got a GameCube there. Who uses GameCube anymore? Interesting, but he likes GameCube, so he likes video games. We can bring in gamification. So I use this actually to help me plan. It's not just like a filler. So first day, get to know them, see what they like, and use it in your class as the year progresses. So that's what I do for my second day assignments. If you have any questions, let me know in the down bar. You can also find different things on Pinterest, kind of similar. I am changing this up every single quarter because every quarter I get new students, and I don't want to do the same thing every quarter because I have a lot of the same kids every quarter. So I'm changing it up. Next quarter will be something a little bit different. I don't know yet because I haven't planned that far. Okay, we have like a few minutes until the bell rings, but I want to show you the flyer that I made for back to school night. So this is kind of what it looks like. I didn't do the bottom part, so the bottom part is just like the schedule of like where you go for back to school night. I didn't do that. So I did the top part. It's like a square now, but it used to be rectangle, so it's kind of squished. but that's what I did. I used a template online and it was super awesome. Okay, so we did the tape game in my ASB class, and basically like the kids were just, there was a piece of tape down the middle of the room, and the kids were just told, like, if I say something and it pertains to you, which means like it's true for you, then step on the line. So I kind of just did that with them, and I think it went really well. We got a lot of kids that were like participating, which is what I wanted. We have like so many kids that come from different cliques and different backgrounds, and a lot of them don't like everyone, and that's okay. You don't have to like everyone, but you have to respect everyone. So we did that. Don't mind me as I'm cutting paper. We did that, and I kind of got, I don't know how to say it. So like, I know that there's kids that don't get along with other kids, and that's fine. I knew that was going to be a thing because we have so many different personalities, so many different groups of kids in the same class. And like, you know, it's just high school. It's high school, right? High school is full of drama. So having them all in the same class, some of them just don't like each other, and that's fine. But I wanted kids to know like who they have things in common with. So I just asked pretty basic questions. I started off with like surface level questions, and it was like, come to the line if you have, I don't know, ever lied to someone. And that's when you know, like, okay, these kids are participating, they're working on it, you know, they care about doing this thing. So I was able to see who was participating and who wasn't just by the basic questions, because everyone's lied to someone. Like, if you've never lied in your life, you're lying right now. So yeah, I asked them basic questions, and then it got to like a little bit harder questions that kind of like was the point of why I was doing it. So I would ask like, come to the line if there's someone in this class that you don't like. And we got a lot of kids going to the line. And that's fine. Like I said, they don't have to like each other. You can't, like, I feel like it's hard. I don't think there's really anyone who like likes everyone, who doesn't hate anyone. I don't know, maybe not hate, I don't know. But almost all the kids went to the line. So they all have at least one person in the class that they don't like. And I knew that coming in. I knew that as I was like picking the students, that maybe some aren't gonna get along with others, or at least like each other, you know, but they have to get along. They don't have to be best friends, but they have to respect each other. But at the same time, I told them that our class is a family, and sometimes I don't like my family, and that's okay. Like, you don't like people all the time. Sometimes people just bother you. But I tell them, you don't have to like each other, you just have to respect each other. But in our class, we're gonna be a family, which means you have to respect each other, and you will probably have to protect each other. Because I gave them the example of our student who like freaked out, and I was talking to them about, like, you know, what could we have done to protect her, because although maybe not everyone likes her, she's one of ours, and we have to look out for her. Because you could be up there, you could be up in front of the entire class panicking, and you're gonna want people to protect you, and you're gonna want to know that people are there for you and you're not alone. What you got yourself into? Come on, say something, I wanna hear your voice. Give it all or nothing, the moment's getting lost. Ain't no time to stop it. Okay, week 2, day 1, which is Monday, second Monday of the year. And so first, what did we do first? Let me actually pull up the slideshow so I can show you what we did. Okay, so we started with our creative writing. This is the first time they did their creative writing. So let me project it. It is projected. Okay, so we have this here. So when they walk in, what they do is they grab their cubby. So example, I'm walking into class, oh look, I'm at the purple table. I'm gonna grab the purple cubby, take it to my purple table so that all the kids will have the cubbies already there. And it's just got their notebooks in it. So they have their notebooks. So at the beginning of class, they have their notebook, they take it out, they turn to their journal write pages, and the prompt is on the board. So the prompt today, first one says, I'm a teacher, I'm your teacher. I'm here to help you reach success in many facets of life. And then I put the definition after in like parentheses. And then it says, but my job is not to pick the fruit from the tree and give it to you. My job is to bend down a branch so you can pick the fruit yourself. And then it says that they just have to like tell me what they think of it and write half a page. And they start off with 7 minutes, and then after that 7 minutes, I go around and stamp them. So that's what I do for my second day assignments. If you have any questions, let me know in the down bar. You can also find different things on Pinterest, kind of similar. I am changing this up every single quarter because every quarter I get new students, and I don't want to do the same thing every quarter because I have a lot of the same kids every quarter. So I'm changing it up. Next quarter will be something a little bit different. I don't know yet because I haven't planned that far. But if you have any questions, let me know in the down bar. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And yeah, that's it. See you next time. Bye.